My name is Reginald Ben.Net, studying at the University of Maine in Orono, working toward my Master's in Information Systems. I want to take a minute to talk about some of my goals and what I want to try and achieve here in the next few weeks concerning an advanced topics in computer science course that I'm taking. With that, I'm going to be using Unity 3D as the kind of binding software platform. And the idea is I want to make a virtual reality simulation with some degree of immersion, but also combining multiple technologies together in order to try and create something new. And so my creation will have Unity, like I said. I'll be using the Microsoft Kinect version 1. I'll be using the Oculus One Developers Kit 1. And then I'll also be creating my own custom hand controller, hand tracking and feedback controller to be used in the game. So kind of the idea of the simulation, the game that I'm creating, is that you'll stand in a location, you'll point with one hand, you'll be able to pull your hand back to adjust the force of which you want to send a projectile, and also not only the force that you're sending a projectile, but also the size of the projectile itself. I'll also use other parts of the body being tracked by the Microsoft Kinect in order to do other actions like a stomping motion. We'll probably do something in front of you. They put two hands out in front of you. You'll be able to drop down some type of barricade. And the idea is, again, to utilize all these different forms of technology to do something a little fun, something different. So that's what we'll be getting into, right? So this week, changed over to this project. It was doing something a little bit different before, but went and got permission to go ahead and change over to this new idea here just in the middle of last week. And so what I've gotten working so far is went ahead and purchased the student edition from Studica of Unity 3D Pro, which I haven't compiled a simulation yet on our game on it yet, but from what I've heard, it's going to have just a watermark on it. But you need the Pro edition in order to use the Oculus Rift because of some of the lens requirements that you have to put inside the game in order to use the Oculus. And so I have a little bit of experience of working with this before. Made a music controller, full body music controller, 2 semesters ago. So we're going to use some of those lessons learned in order to do this. Now, with that particular project, we used scripting in the back in order to use the Kinect that was called ZigFu, but a lot of that stuff hasn't been updated in like a year or 2 years. So I wanted to find something more recent. Found a package right on the Unity Asset Store. So I plugged that in, got the Unity going, and what I liked about that was that all it did was require just the Microsoft 1.8 drivers for Kinect, which are going to be standard to anyone who downloads that, and that Unity plugin. And so it worked right out of the box right after installing it with that first demo I used. So that's very encouraging because the ZigFu stuff seemed like it had some catches here and there, and that there's even some warnings that would pop up inside of Unity. So I'm hoping that this new package I got off Unity will be kept up to date and not become deprecated over time like some of the ZigFu stuff was. So the lab we'll be working in is essentially here. You can see my Oculus up there. I have the Kinect set up there. I have my computer set up. Right now, this is some of the Arduino stuff I'm working on. And then you step back here, and that's essentially from there. It's up there is where the Kinect will work. So that's going to be kind of where I'll be developing this stuff. So again, the Kinect is to track the body so that your whole body is a controller. The Oculus Rift is used to give you a sense of immersion so that when you look around inside this HMD, head-mounted display, you're actually seeing what you expect. So unlike, just like video glasses or something like that, or like a Google Glass, or where you might watch a video and it's one movie, but it's not changing perspective. It's just there, and you might move your head around, but you're still seeing the movie right in front of you. The way the Oculus works, you put it on, and if I'm looking at a table, if I look to the left, I'm actually going to see the different corner of the table. If I look around to the side, I might see the other part of the room. And so what's going to happen is the immersion level is much higher because you're actually seeing what you expect as you change your head. And this works on both rotation. You can look left, right, up, down, and the Oculus tracks that in really quick real time. So that's great. Maybe toward the end of the semester I might be able to get my hands on the new Dev Kit 2 and incorporate that in my project. So yeah, they have the Kinect, we have the Oculus, and then the Arduino controller we're gonna make is make something that can tell the system, tell Unity whether your hand is open or closed. It's going to have a couple different vibration motors on it in order to provide you haptic feedback. So I was talking about before with the being able to pull a projectile back or increase the size and magnitude of the projectile. You'll get that in an actual vibration on your arm, along with the sound and the visual tells that would be inside the simulation. And so yeah, I'm going to be combining a lot of different things here. I'm really excited to working with this semester. If you have any questions or comments, suggestions, anything you think I should see or that you want to see, go ahead and leave a comment. On that, I will update you again in a few days.